Woke up broke, check my app, said well, relax. Bank account so empty, heard it echo back. Tried to buy a snack, car said not today. Even my piggy bank, packed up and ran away. I said money, where you at and say who this? Even my wallet got commitment issues, I swear it is. Cash, where you go? I just saw you like a week ago. Now I'm digging through my couch like a raccoon on patrol. Looking for $1 just to feel in control. Cash, don't be rude. I had plans, we had food. Now it's noodles every night with a plastic fork move. Man, being broke is a whole attitude. Got paid Friday, felt like I was rich. By Sunday night, I'm arguing with my fridge. Don't look at me like that. Yeah, I said to the cheese, even my leftovers got expensive degrees. If money talks, my whispers good luck. If life's a game, I'm out here playing stuck. Dreaming of stacks, yeah, tall like a tower. But right now I'm budgeting 2 for 1 hour. Cash, where you hide? You were here for just a ride. Now my pockets got more wind than a roller coaster slide. Even my shadow left me cause my funds died. One day I'll ball, yeah, I'll make it rain. Till then I'm counting coins like it's cardio pain. Laugh now, cry later, that's the broke man's class. Till my jokes turn checks and my checks turn cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the richest podcast in the LCU. Welcome to Low Cal Cash, where every dollar counts, ladies and gentlemen. Today's kind of a sad day. Well, for starters, we know who I am.
Ho, ho.
Green Giant.
I'm joined by my man Josh upstairs. Josh, before we bring you in here, let's address I don't want to say the elephant not in the room, but let's address Glamy not being in the room. Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to be the guy that said, I told you so, but unfortunately, I'm the guy that told you so. About a couple weeks ago when I was, doing all them streams and I was talking about future shit that occur and they're like, this guy's delusional and all this weird shit. The one thing I saw with Glamy those first couple weeks when people said we were doing, good. I wasn't saying we weren't doing bad, but a lot of our greatest hits was when she was at her worst or breaking down to where it was almost like, could anybody's mental capacity even deal with a style like that? And at the end of the day, thank you for the redirect. At the end of the day, this might have been to save Big Murph and get her to Wild. This might have been the right thing to happen. Because look what happened. What would have happened if she quits and it would have just been me and Murph? Remember the show I did with her? I said I wasn't good enough. I didn't say anything about her. I said I wasn't good enough to probably do a show with just me and Murph and hold the viewership that we gained. The reality was Grammy was the face of Cash, and I was dealing with that. I was cool with that. But if we don't get Big Murph to Wild and this day comes, well, Keen was definitely going to blow it up. Who knows what happens to both of us? We could both be gone. At the end of the day, we get Josh here. If Keen decides to blow it up still, at least Josh will have somewhere to go. Your boy will deal with it. He'll find some way to get out of Jumanji some way or another. But Josh, so people know, we didn't get to talk to her either. This was a giant shock. We know how this place is. She could come back. We're not saying she's gone forever. But when you look at the day she was hypnotized, that was the beginning to the end. Folks, think about this. She was hypnotized. That shit fucked with her. Okay? If you saw her back scenes, she was already on the Virgil of all this. That's why I said I don't know if this could be maintained. So when she does the hypnotizing thing, a couple days later, she's giving her check away. What do you think her man said about that? That was probably the biggest story. what was said after she gave the money away on one of her better months. Josh, I'm going to take this minute to bring you in. It's good to see you. Sad day.
It's a very sad
You're looking
day.
good, though.
It's a very sad day in the LCU, and Glamy, born confused. She died very much the same way. She came into the LCU like a whirlwind of neediness, and she left like a fart in the wind, silently, and leaving everyone wondering what the fuck happened. It's very sad, Pesci. It's very sad.
People say she never leaves.
People
I don't think
say
she's
that.
left like this before. Has she left in this kind of...
Similar,
she did...
but not like this, Pesci. She's gone. I don't think she's ever coming back. You know what was happening behind the scenes, Pesci. And we'll get into that later on, but you know what was happening. And we saw this coming. You know?
Yeah. Oh, I did. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you guys a little secret that a lot of you don't know, and you're going to probably think I'm bullshitting, but I got proof. On the streets, my nickname's not Joe Pesci. It's not. I'm called Joe Pesci on the internet, believe it or not. People told me my whole life I sound like Joe Pesci growing up, but my nickname on the streets, believe it or not, is Future. Swear to God, right hand to God, on my mother's soul, I could get witnesses and all that. My nickname's Future, because a guy like me tends to end up predicting shit like this. I'm a guy that could see stuff before it unravels. As far as I'm concerned, we saved Big Murph. We're heroes.
Yeah, definitely.
We got hurt a while. Because the reality is there's viewership here now. Keem's going to want to maintain it. And now with Glamy gone, he might put a bullet in it. Hurricane on the LCU.
You know, we've got a few things for you today. And again, I want to say this is extremely sad. And we'll get to that in just a second. But what I really want to say is she was a woman who, she did believe things that were crazy. She believed that aliens would want to be her friend, telepathically, by the way. And through the goodness of her heart, she genuinely believed all that. And I want you to sit with that for a moment. What kind of person is that? Glamy was the kind of person who would steal the spotlight at someone else's funeral. I mean, she'd probably fake her own death at their funeral. She would want to steal the spotlight that much just for attention. But here we are, giving her exactly what she wanted. Right, Pesci? And we're sending her off in a good way. We really are.
Real quick, Pearly Tan says Jim Crick predicted this outcome. Am I still the bad guy now, folks? Because I said, terrible. Hey, as good as it looked, a lot of our success was because of the boss, and I was willing to give him credit for that. Shout out to Keemstar. But a lot of people thought when we started fucking with the rotation, the snakes and all that shit, if we don't get Big Murph to Wild, there's a chance Josh isn't up there. It's Murph. By tomorrow, we're both fired or on the fucking market. Wild could have been filled up. Who knows?
Now
we're going to live with her doing this.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to reach out to her. But I think this time, legitimately, there's some screws that got knocked loose after that last hypnotism or whatever they want to call it.
Absolutely. And look, guys, we did save Big Murph. Because here's the thing. There's been a lot going on behind the scenes. I know sometimes people think a show is a show. Well, Glamy actually is worse off camera. She's way worse. She's worse than anything you could ever fucking imagine. And she's very difficult to deal with. And we have to constantly calm her down. And I'm not even talking about since I joined. I mean, even back to the days when it was Big Murph, Joe Pesci, and Glamy Lammy. Even just those shows, some of those she cried after, and she couldn't stop crying. We had to help her stop crying because she was so upset. Right. And she was so in her head about all these different things. And we tried to make her feel better about everything, and I guess it never worked, and now she's gone, Pesci.
Folks, her nerves on the Monday stream we did, that's why I said, I don't think my nerves would have been as good if it wasn't for Josh, because Josh kind of like woke me up. He was like, Pesci, just, do yourself. Don't fucking let this rattle you. This is a part of this universe. You know what I
Absolutely
mean?
is.
It's a drama universe. The way the Big Murph thing unfolded, that's the way Keem would have wanted it because it did stir up drama. It did kick a lot of sheets. It did bring out a lot of people that wanted to come for our necks, rightfully so. But what they didn't see was I was actually saving Big Murph.
Yeah, you were.
I was getting her to Wild. Keem said, make sure she has a safe spot to go. Ask Josh. She wasn't telling me that to me. Make sure she has a safe spot to go. She gets moved.
You know,
at that moment in time, the spot was Wild. She has flourished there.
Absolutely. And I was about to say that. Pesci literally created Eating Turf with Big Murph to give her a spotlight. And then he got blamed for everything. You know, he's a fraud. He's a snake. Murph showed more energy on Wild in one stream than she ever showed here because she wasn't being drained by a narcissistic spotlight hogging disaster like Glamy.
The day that Keem jumped in that meeting, now he might have said tell her right away. I don't remember that part. But let me tell you something I said when he jumped out. I said he would probably be the one to tell Big Murph first, Glamy, because he wants this to be a thing. So when Big Murph kind of knew about it, I was kind of ready for that. I kind of thought that's how it was unfolded. Where I fucked up was he said turn it into content. I didn't know he wanted us to turn it into content off air. So I'll take that fuck up, boss. But when she approached us, I wasn't shocked. They said Pesci didn't say a word. Yeah, because I was watching everything I fucking said might happen. And sometimes when that shit starts to unfold, I'm like, whoa. Even Josh at times was like, whoa. Where we're like, you know what I mean? Couple weeks ago, I'm doing fucking coffin thumbnails. Remember when I did remember when I shot Chubby and the next day their show was gone?
Very true. You know, it's almost like, you can predict. It's almost like you're an oracle, Pesci, some would say. For real.
Dude, it's weird.
Genuinely. You know what I mean?
I don't
this
predict.
is crazy.
I don't predict exactly what's going to happen to the T. I just kind of know what really could happen. And I told Big Murph, if we're in a situation where it's me and you, I'm not good enough yet. I'll admit that. I'm not Jim Crick yet.
Yeah.
All right? But I have some shit that I do better with other people, like I did good with Albert. Me and Josh have a little bit of a connection here and there. But at the same time, I know Keem could put a bullet in us tomorrow. I don't even know if he's aware that Glamy quit.
I don't even know if he is, actually, because he's still sending Wild after us to combat our stream, because let's be honest, he did that to create a kind of war because he was trying to tear down Glamy, and maybe Pesci and me as well on the side to, disprove the point that the show could work. But I believe yesterday was a testament to the show was starting to move in the right direction, and we were really pushing for that.
Yes.
And it was only going to get better every day. That was our second stream together. Was it third? I can't remember. It's all very fresh and very new. Was that the
Alien show?
She failed him back. Yeah, the Alien show was yesterday, right? Yeah.
Dude, go watch that Alien segment. If you didn't see that, probably one of the funniest things she's ever done.
That is probably one of the funniest things she's ever done. I'll be honest. But listen, now that she's gone, can we be honest? Was Glamy actually good at this job? Could she hold it together? Or was she just there and was she just a mental case dealing with her mental problems live on air? That's very much how it must have played out, because she's gone now. She couldn't take the heat. She didn't even say goodbye on the way out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, didn't even say goodbye. Fucked up.
That is fucked up.
She wants to talk about you can't trust me and all that bullshit. Lady, you could even say, look, guys, I'm gone. Yeah. We thought maybe there was a 5% chance she might show up. Maybe it was closer to 3%. You know what I mean? Who's counting anymore? But we thought maybe she could show up. But I told Josh, I said, hey, man, throw that fucking coffin thumbnail up. You know how we do it around here on Cash. It'll be the third coffin this month.
I mean, it's very true. And when we get to it, Pesci, I'd like to say a few words, but we'll leave that for a few minutes from now. But what I really want to say is, Glamy, listen, you had every chance, every opportunity. You had more chances than most people have ever had in a fucking lifetime. And you still managed to fuck it all up. And you'll be remembered not for what you did well, but for the chaos you left behind. Rest in peace, Glamy. the LCU continues on without you. Will there be a hole, a void? I guess so. Kind of, a little bit. Not really, but maybe. Maybe.
Yeah. I guess if I could ask her one question, was it more because of the people of the chat? Do you think it was more because of the paycheck she had to get rid of? Was that the final straw?
Yeah.
And we just didn't realize that when it happened? Or was the final straw when she realized the whole universe turned against her because of the Big Murph thing?
Yeah.
They turned against us. I don't want to say just Glamy. Obviously, I'm in that category.
No, I here's the thing, right? I think Dave has been trying to pull her away from this for a while. I think Dave, as a good husband would, is saying, you know what? You are making a fool of yourself on there. You are looking crazy on there, and people are mocking you and treating you like a prop. The whole universe was treating Glamy like a prop at the end of the day. You know, her best moments, as Pesci says, crying, crashing out, arguing with people, with nonsensical arguments. That was the magic of Glamy. But she had other magic moments too. You know, the alien segment was really funny. She's funny when she doesn't expect to be funny because people are laughing at her. And that's real sweet. I just feel like, you know, me and Pesci will fucking live with it. But it's very sad, and I'm sure a lot of you are crying in the chat right now, and you're very sad about Glamy leaving. I bet you're all shedding tears for her. And you know what? I might shed one too later on.
Real quick, Josh, I did want to say shout out to Cat Lady who's in the chat. Cat Lady, if you go watch yesterday's show, I said some kind things about you. Go see those words if you want, you know, if you get a minute. But I did say some nice things about you. It's good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Cat Lady. You know, Pesci, I just feel like this was always going to happen. And people are going to say it's because she got what she wanted. I arrived, and then it wasn't what she thought it would be. That's not the case. I need to fix my camera in a second. I'm going to make you solo in a second. That's not the case, right? The case was this. She was losing her mind before I even got here. Right, Pesci? You can attest to that. She was crying. Yes, she was working herself up. Solo. Yep, she was working herself up. She would freak out. She would have all these crazy moments off air. And I'd be like, wow, shouldn't this be the stream? This is like, if people love her losing her mind, boy, would they love her off air. Now, I don't like her off air in the live on air after the show because she just talks about all the things that she's freaked out about and she doesn't stop, and it's a constant shit fest of just crazy shit coming out of her mouth and crazy schizo theories, and she just loses her fucking mind. And me and Pesci recently have had to be like, and even back then, Murph and fucking Pesci did the same. We have to tell her, Glamy, just chill the fuck out. Like, you know, it just is what it is. Like, it's fine. We'll do the show tomorrow. We'll keep going on, and it'll be great.
If we die, we die.
Yeah. That was her biggest fear. I feel like she felt like Keem was on the attack. She was thinking, what did I do wrong? What did I do to upset Keemstar? Well, Glamy, I don't know what you did to upset Keemstar. Maybe it was the fact that you wanted me so much and he wanted to see you fail so much, which is why he sent Wild after us, which is why he made certain moves. It feels like we are very much on the attack. Well, being attacked. Yeah. So we're on the defense, but you know, they're on the attack against us. Everyone, it feels like, was coming for cash, you know?
And I'll say this, Josh. When you were talking about what we talked about weeks ago, I said, people said that, Joe Pesci's calling shit fake. No, what I was saying was fake was I was worried that Glamy, because she did it one episode, it was very hard to catch, but you would hear me say in the episode, like, what the hell's going on with you? When Cash started to rise a little bit, she started to see her best moments is when she was fucking angry or melting down. Now, here's the problem. When she melts down, it's usually real and it makes sense. There was times where she was trying to act like she was a little bit more upset than normal on one episode. She knows what I'm talking about if she's watching. And trust me, folks, she's watching, okay? If there's one, you know, for a girl who can't get up early in the morning, she's up right down.
Oh,
she's Glamy, you're looking great.
Eagle-eyed right now. Yeah, Glamy, look, from heaven, you look great. I'm not sure if you'd be in heaven or hell, but you're looking good still, Glamy. Not a day over the age people think you are, which isn't what you think you look like. But yeah, here we are.
You know what I mean? One for Glamy in the air.
Yeah, one for Glamy in the air. You know, I wish I had a plunger right now, Pesci. I really do. Because I was thinking, God, I would love to plunge myself, my face, my everything, one last time to really send her off in a good way. But I don't know, Pesci. Can I do it and do an air plunger? Does it not look like I'm calling myself a dickhead? Am I a dickhead for mocking her departure? I think so. I am a fucking dickhead at the end of the day, Pesci. But let me tell you.
I want to tell the chat something, and I don't know if this is bad or not.
No, I don't care at this point. Do what you like. Do what you like.
So
She's
chat,
dead now.
when Josh told me Glamy quit, for some reason, me and him both started laughing.
Okay, yeah, we did. We did. And here's the reason, though. It's because me and Pesci, we take it or leave it, right? Our emotions don't get mixed up in this whole thing. We want to do a good show, and you know what? With Glamy, it might have been good when we were building and getting better and better, I believe so. And I think it would have been.
I loved yesterday.
But she departed. Yeah, look, yesterday was a lot of fun. But she departed now. She's gone forever, maybe. I don't think she'll be back.
Yeah.
I don't see how Dave could let her come back at this point. Because it's clearly, I think it's causing arguments at home. We know that much. She's clearly fighting with Dave every fucking other day or every day for all I know. You know what I mean?
Well, here's the problem. Yeah. My number one question to Glamy would be, Glamy, was this more over the paycheck? Because, dude.
She gave her paycheck up.
How could you give up a paycheck? Like, let's throw that in the fire real quick.
We wouldn't want her to do that, right, Pesci? You wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I'd be like, the fuck? I ain't giving anyone shit. This happens in the universe every day. People get snaked out of roles. Who could give two shits? I don't want anyone that badly that I'm going to give up money that I earned. And I don't even care about the money because I don't. I have a real job. But, like, at the end of the day, I'm not doing that. I'm not. It's crazy, Pesci, right? You're a hustler. Fucking tell them how crazy that is.
It's crazy, but I know a lot of people are probably wondering, like, what happened, and you're going to try to follow the breadcrumbs. I just got to say fucking one name, Keemstar. Okay? Keemstar, Pirate King of the LCU.
Pirate King of the LCU.
All right? That's what it boils down to, folks. Welcome to Jumanji. I'll be your host, all right?
Yeah. It's very much that way. This is a very Jumanji world, you know? Everyone gets eaten at every fucking corner they fucking turn. That is the LCU. It's Jumanji. It's the wild.
Yeah, and I was trying to tell people when people were saying, oh, they're doing good, like leaderboard-wise or everything, that was because of the boss. The boss helped us on a couple shows, and he fucking knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
You got to give him credit.
He did.
That's why I said give credit where credit's due. And if we wouldn't have had that help from the boss, we would have just been average to where if they would have went and moved Big Murph, they probably would have been like, oh, they're in 18th place. Does it matter? You know what I mean? They would have had justification. I said I like Big Murph. But what you learn around here is you better not make friends because you could be chopped.
Yeah. She'd like to say a few words, and then I'd like you to
go
join
ahead.
me in a song after that.
Oh, wait a minute.
All right, here we go.
No, I won't get the Bible. Fuck that. Go ahead.
Dearly beloved, we gather here today to remember Glamy Lammy, a woman who touched so many lives, whether they wanted to be touched or not. She graced us with 13 shows or more. Most people don't even get one, and yet somehow she managed to get fired, quit, all kinds, but fired from many shows, destroyed every single one of them, and that takes a special kind of talent. A talent we shall never see again. Thank God. Glamy was, how do I put this kindly? She was a woman of singular focus, and that was very much herself. She loved attention the way normal people love oxygen. She wielded a plunger like it was Excalibur. She did alien dances on green screens wearing green costumes. She refused to drink at 6 a.m. but had no problem draining the life force out of everyone around her. These are the memories we cherish. These are the moments we will desperately try to forget. And my last thing I want to say is this. They say everybody hated you, Glamy, and that's largely accurate, but Not everybody. We are here for you at the end of the day. We're here for you every single day at 6 a.m. We showed up. We tolerated the interrupting. We endured the word salad. We watched you fail upside down for half an hour, and now you've left us without a note, without saying goodbye, just as you lived, thinking only of yourself. So rest now, Glamy. Rest in peace. Or as the congregation would prefer to say, rest in peace. Amen.
Well said.
Ho, ho, ho.
Green Giant.
You damn right.
It's a very sad day,
Did I
Pesci.
just hear gunshots?
You actually heard real gunshots? You want to take cover? That might be cool.
No. I don't know if there was something fell or I just heard a gunshot.
I mean, hey, I don't know if you
Luckily
live in a
it
bad
wasn't
neighborhood.
My
but-
bad, Josh.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
threw me off for a
it could be
minute.
Dave. He might be angry about this stream. I mean, because she's probably. I hope she's not crying at this from up there in the sky. The sky. You wanna read
Someone
that?
says Glamy is 100% on crack pipe and Smirnoff ices. I don't think
Oh, I
she's on
bet
crack.
she's drinking. No, she's drinking right now, Pesci. I'm gonna be honest. Glamy is drinking. She's getting those Smirnoffs down. You know it. If there's ever a morning to drink, this is one of them. This is certainly one of them.
And I know a lot of people are probably thinking she's just going to bounce up out of nowhere. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Look, guys. I really don't think she'll be back, though. I want to preface that. Pesci, do you really think she'll be back? I know she's come and gone a few times, but I really think this is it. Actually,
I think this paycheck thing is bigger than we think.
really. Well,
Yeah.
Pesci, I would like you to join me in a hymn. A hymn.
What's a hymn?
It's a song. I'm gonna play this for
Okay.
Glamy. Glamy, I hope you listen, and I hope you realize what you left behind. Okay, here we go. Fuck, you know. Fuck was that? Oh my god. Oh my
Did
god.
you hear what Koopa said?
Let me change the. What does that say? Read it.
Koopa said react to the last 4 minutes of yesterday's gesture stream already.
Oh,
What happened
okay,
there?
we'll do that. Mate, was she on it? Because I didn't even fucking hear about that, to be completely honest with you. But we'll do that right after this. If it fucking plays. Hold on.
Oh, Glamy, Lammy, you have gone. You left the discord, it carried on. No notes, no warning, not a word. You vanished like a startled bird.
Fuck! See, even the song fucks up because no one respects her, Pesci! I'm going to share my screen and we're going to solemnly bow our heads instead. How about that? Let's do that. Yeah, you know what, Pesci? This is kind of how it goes on Cash. Very natural for it to go this way. I'm going to share my screen. Hold on. We'll even bow our heads in solemnly prayer about this. Here we go.
Glamy's corner, we shall miss the alien dances. You have gone. You left the discord, it carried on. No notes, no warning, not a word. You vanished like a startled bird. 13 shows you graced with chaos. Every co-host tried to save us, but you drained them one by one. Now the draining's finally done. Glamy's corner, we shall miss the alien dances. Pure abyss, the plunger bits, the costume fails, the green screen eating all details. Rest in peace, you selfish soul. You dug yourself a deeper hole. The congregation says amen. We shan't be fooled by you again. You begged for Josh upon the show. You schemed and plotted, made it so. Poor Murph was blamed, accused of snaking, while your demands kept overtaking. 3 days later you departed, left us broken, heavy-hearted.
Not with grief, but with relief.
Beyond belief. Glamy's corner laid to rest. The upside down stream was a test. You failed it like you failed them all. From pit to cash, you'd always fall. The spotlight called, you answered quick, but sharing it would make you sick. The congregation bows their head. The corner's gone, her drama's dead.
I'm sorry, guys. We let you down on Cass, and I'm sorry. He's gone. He's gone.
But somehow pulled 1,000 tricks.
He's gone.
Your boundaries were made of glass, but only when it served your arse. You interrupted every sentence, showed not a moment of repentance. The word salad 15 times repeated, your self-awareness was defeated.
Monsters in the air, everybody. If you have a monster this morning, join me.
And lo, she said unto the chat, I am not wrong.
Grab a plunger,
Remember
everyone.
that.
Grab a plunger.
But everybody knew the truth.
We lost a real one
She'd
today.
We did.
been this
She's gone.
way
She's gone.
since early
She ain't coming
youth.
back.
A narcissistic plunger wielding, attention-seeking, never yielding, spotlight hogging, blame deflecting, self-reflecting, never acting. Glamy's corner, goodbye now. We raise our hands and take a bow to 13 shows.
Is that you, God? Oh, it's not even playing, is it? I think the sound's broke.
That came and went, to every co-host's patience spent. You thought the world revolved around you, but now the universe has found you. A smaller orbit, far away. Yes, you will be okay.
Yeah, you'll be okay, folks. We'll be fine. We've got each other. We've got each other.
She won't be coming back again. Amen.
We've got each
Rest
other.
in peace, we say. Amen.
Amen.
Baby, I love you wherever you are.
We won't
Let the
forget
plungers, let the monsters. Ladies and gentlemen, we lost a chain holder today.
We did.
Not only did this lady once upon a time get her chain swapped from her, but she still made a mark on the LCU. She will be remembered. When statues get made of this place, she will be considered a statue.
Oh, she's going to get more than a statue, Pesci. She's going to get a library in her name. Isn't that the truth?
She will be put in the Hall of Fame.
I believe so.
Yes, she might be remembered for snaking and stealing and, making, erasing people and blocking people. She might be known for a lot of bad shit, but she's known for one great thing. She always showed up.
Yeah.
To an extent.
Well, not apart from
She's
that Monday
taken these
when she
breaks
fucked you and Ralph
before.
over. But yeah, carry on. Sorry.
She's taken these breaks before. Maybe this is her version of Han Solo.
Yeah.
Maybe she's in the Carbonite and she's waiting for Luke Skywalker to fly from Nafka
Wow. That was
into
beautiful.
Jabba's palace and free her. I will not be Luke Skywalker, though, Glamy, unfortunately for you.
Yeah, we're not going to free you from the Carbonite, but what I will say is that was beautiful, Pesci. She would have loved to have gone down with words, of a story of Star Wars. I believe that's how she feels she was. When she was doing that racist Asian accent yesterday, being an alien, she thought she was mimicking Hutties from Star Wars, she explained to us in the live on air after the fact. But she was clearly a massive racist, as well as all the other things we thought she was.
Heck did send, I think, an Australian 15 or whatever it is.
15.
Says, Glamy, you betrayed us. Think of Kelly. She also lost Xylee today. Don't let Kelly lose you as well. She's a manager for you now.
That's true. That's true. I feel kind of broken by all this, Pesci. I don't know if we're ever going to recover from this, and I don't think we will. She's a big hole in my heart at the end of the day. She was a huge part.
Now, if anybody would like to jump on and give their wishes,
Please do.
Feel free.
I need to make a channel because...
do we know if Keem knows about this?
I don't know how much he knows, but they're saying react to the last part of Jester. So we'll do that in a second. But let me make a members waiting so we can have people come up and say how they feel about all this. Okay. People should take this very seriously. She's gone, and I think she's not coming back. I don't think I can dupe the VC. Let me have a look because the channels. I'm gonna have to make a channel and then just have clone VC members.
You got to imagine when she found out that all that shit she did last week, she had to do it for free. That might have even killed your boy. Yeah.
All right, let's move to Studio A real quick.
Hold on, let me read this.
Oh shit. There we go. Yeah, we have to move studio because we're in a fucking fake studio up there, and it was not working.
Someone donated and said, this send-off is more pomp and ceremony than Billy got. You must be honored, Glamy.
Actually, yeah. No, you know what? That's true. Truer words have never been spoken. Did anyone even fucking... What? What happened?
You're right.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that crazy?
Keep going.
Isn't that crazy?
You're good.
No one did shit when Billy left. Billy left and everyone laughed him out the door. They thought he was pathetic when he left, when he died from the LCU. And this is what Glamy gets. And you know what? That's probably what he gets for strangling and choking Glamy, because she's dead now. And maybe she died because those vessels in her neck burst slowly. Maybe that's why she's gone.
Yeah. And
he killed her.
It's crazy to think that it happened so fast.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I thought maybe end of the month.
What?
That she would depart.
Oh, I mean, I thought she'd last at least a week, but she's definitely departed. And she will be missed, of course. We're going to miss her greatly. Why is Wild running against Cash? Oh, they get to run. This is when we did our first show yesterday. So till now, they're on their third show because they run at night and in the morning, and that because they run against us because they were obviously told to run against us. That's what that is. Just to let you know.
The bad guys.
The bad guys behind the scenes clearly told them to.
Shout out to the 400 in the build. We knew we would still get our 400 plus in here. We know what
Whoa,
cash
Pesci.
is done.
Let's show some humility around it. Okay, no. People
We
people
were
showed
worried
up for
about
Glamy
Wild
today.
taking our viewership. No offense. They might make more than us because obviously people hate us, but
Yeah, we're hated on here. That's fine.
we knew more people would watch us.
We live to be hated on this show, and Glamy took that in stride. Well, actually, she didn't because she's dead now, and I feel bad that she's gone, Pesci, but I don't think we'll ever be able to repay her for all the trauma she went through.
I wonder if we
deeply
should
sad
do,
on it.
you know what? I'm going to make a poll real fast.
Oh, yeah? What's the poll?
I'm going to find out.
What's the poll?
Hold on one second.
Did she really die? Yes or no?
No, I'm going to ask you, are people upset?
I don't.
wish she was
Here's
here,
the
something
thing,
along
right?
those
What
lines.
I'll say is that it will leave a small hole in the LCU. At the end of the day, she was clipped down to fucking high hell. Okay? She was clipped like crazy. The reason because what you saw play out on screen was genuine, it was real, it was crazy, and she would lose her fucking mind every 5 minutes. And that probably is her value for a lot of you. For a lot of you, she probably is just somebody to laugh at, somebody to make fun of. But at the end of the day, that distraction from your life and the sad things that we all have going on is gone now. She's died.
Ladies and gentlemen, real quick, we got a poll currently up. Are you glad Glamy is gone? It's currently 57-42. Interesting, 48 votes. Let's get those votes in. We got close to 400 in the build. Josh, I got to admit, I love the outfit today. The black is much better than the dirty dogs.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, I just wanted to show up today in my best, in my whatever day best, whatever day it is today best. At the end of the day, I had to show some respect today. And I showed respect in the best way I know how. By wearing black in the same exact thing I normally wear. You know what I mean? That's how I show respect. So, I mean, I will show up to my nan's funeral like this. You know?
And I understand if people are out there like, is this real? She'll be back tomorrow. I get all that. We have to play stuff on the fly. We're preparing for yesterday to do a show today with Glamy. Then all of a sudden, Josh goes, change the plan. She's gone.
Yeah. She's fucked.
And we started laughing like that.
We did.
I just started laughing.
I think I started. So I found out on Reapers, Pesci, by the way. We'll get to the Justice clip right after this. But I found out live on Lolcow Reapers as I started this show. I run the OBS. And Xylee informs me almost straight away, straight out the gate. She says, breaking news. And she's acting quite like all that about it. She's like, yeah. And then the news is this. Glamy has left the Discord. I think it was Gino, the Discord moderator, who noticed that. And I think I may have laughed. I can't remember.
Well, as soon as Josh said she's gone, you guys know me. I'm like, oh, coffin thumbnail. Make sure I'm standing by doing the peace.
Well, when I was DMing you, it was
since
funny.
I did that one on Chubby, I've loved it.
Yeah, and here's the thing. She's going to be like, oh, that's so sneaky. Oh, they're laughing and mocking me, leaving. Oh, my God. It proves how much value I had to them. Well, listen, Glamy, this is the LCU. You cannot get attached to anybody around here. Okay? That's just the rules. There is no point in getting attached to any host or anything. You know, if they quit tomorrow, anyone could quit tomorrow. That's how jobs go. I'm not going to be sad about it. Am I going to miss parts of Glamy being in the LCU? Of course. There were a lot of people who wanted to tear Glamy down every fucking day to the point where she would want to quit because that was their end goal, to make her quit. But is that really what they wanted, or did they want the punching bag that everyone calls her to be?
Somebody brings up an interesting point. They said she's done this before, will she be gone again? The difference is when she did this before, she told people, look, I'm taking a leave.
She did.
Hopefully my shit clears up and I'll be back. And she left for what, like a couple months or whatever?
Well, she left for, so there was one time by Keem, she was told to take a 90-minute, not 90-minute, it felt like fucking 90-minute, 2 2 months off or 3 months. It was like, oh no, it was 90 days. It was 90 days. And
Yeah, that's
she
right.
went away and then she came back in like 52 days. You know, and that's when Pit started, ladies and gentlemen. Pit started as a terrible show with just Glamy Lammy. I helped her originally learn how to write a docket, and then I fucked off. I left her on her own and said, good luck. Good luck. That's all you two did is dogpile an old lady? Absolutely, we did. She loved it. Is what she told us.
Yeah.
She enjoyed the show. That's what she told us. She loved it. Why did you unmod
Someone
Kelly?
said, Josh,
Wait,
why did you unmod Kelly?
I didn't
We
unmod Kelly.
anyone.
I didn't unmod anyone. Kelly's unmodded? Where's Kelly? I haven't seen her in the
I don't even
chat.
see her in the chat.
I would like to make sure it's the real Kelly, though. If I don't even see her at all.
Yeah, we would have never unmodded her.
She hasn't typed.
In fact, she's a manager now.
Yeah, she's the manager of the whole LCU, it seems. I don't know about that. Right, let me pull up the clip from Jester. I have no idea what they're talking about, by the way, but it could be the worst
ladies
thing
and
in the
gentlemen,
world.
just so you know, we were told that something happened on the last 4 minutes of Jester, I think, regarding Glamy.
I don't know who it's regarding. That's the thing. I'm going to pull it up anyway. Hopefully it actually is the last 4 minutes of Jester. Okay, what is this? Okay, 45. This is like the last 4 minutes. Okay, we'll write it out. And I don't know what we're about to see, everybody, because we have no idea about this. I mean, I wake up right before Cash, I think, as does Pesci. So let's get right into it, I guess.
I went to sleep during the Jester stream.
Let me full screen this. We'll give our raw reaction to whatever the fuck this is about to be.
They're looking for Leroy and Elroy tonight and didn't find them. I guess they're going to be back on Friday. I guess they're out for milk.
It's Macho Monday.
Macho Mondays.
Is it quiet?
Oh, Macho Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
I might boost it a little bit. Hold on, let me boost it. I don't know why it's that quiet. I'm on my volume to max.
All right. This show goes to 2, right?
Yes.
If I end this before 2, I'll send you a redirect. There'll be a lot of people coming.
Thanks, Keem. We appreciate it.
All right, see you guys.
We've been having fun. AMAC is really funny, and she can do skits really well.
I'm going to catch a show soon. It's just, I'm sleeping normally when your show is on, so I'm going to watch a rerun. See you guys.
All right.
All right. Everybody wants me to call Glamy because Glamy quit today. I completely forgot about that. Let me tell you.
I forgot, of course he did.
Is Cash fucking horrible or what? Good God.
Nah, he's shot out his ass.
Cash is like the worst show in the LCU.
Nah, he's not
Every
true.
morning I turn on Cash and it's literally just Pesci and Josh bullying Glamy about any little thing ever. Like, you know, it's crazy. They're like, you suck, Glamy. You're horrible, Glamy. Glamy, you're ugly.
I don't even say that every day.
Ugly.
All right, we have never said any of those things. I want to clarify.
I have never said Glamy or ugly, and we barely fuck with her like that. If you watch the 3 shows,
if you actually,
no different than we normally would.
If you actually watch it, what it is we give her pushback when she refuses stuff. At the end of the day, did I get on with Glamy? Absolutely. We got on great behind the scenes. We got on great. Did I find her annoying?
Same here.
I found her very annoying. At the end of the day, I found Glamy very annoying, right? But I still liked her. I liked her as a person because I know who she is, right? I know she's a crazy bitch. I know she's insane, right? But we would talk after the show every day. And we would talk about all of her problems, like what was going on with like the LCU and her brain, basically in the LCU, how we're going to navigate the show. And she was fine with everything. She was happy about everything, which is why this is even more of a shock that she left. So we don't fully know the reasons behind it.
And Keem, we were never shitting on her like that.
Yeah.
We would bust her balls when it was time to bust balls.
Yeah. I feel like, listen,
But I told Josh I was going to bust his balls as well.
Absolutely. But Keem has this thing where when he speaks on something, because of he has a lot of respect as a content creator, he can really pin it down to just being black or white if he wants to. You know what I mean? There's no...
Yeah.
He only says there's a gray area when he's being fair. But when he's not being fair, he will choose either or and pitch that side. I don't feel like he's being fair with this.
Josh can tell you, we
way.
got along great with Glamy behind the scenes. She would message us. We would sit in. We would sit after the show with her for like 2 hours every show. Like we'd get out of here, and before I'd head to work, we would sit here with her and talk to her for at least a couple hours, right, Josh?
Yeah, an hour. Well, at least an hour, just to like summarize like the day, go through what was bad, what was good, talk about. Yeah, we had conversations to try and move forward, to try and improve the show. And, you know, that's what the goal was. At the end of the day, we were put together a couple of days ago, not a few days ago, not that long ago. And no one expected that to happen. I'm going to be honest. Even though they asked for it, I didn't ask for it. It just happened out of nowhere. No one thought it would go down that way. I'm going to be completely real. Team doesn't often give people what they want. Not really. But yeah, so I disagree with what he's trying to say here entirely, based on. And here's the thing: Keem has sent the attack dogs after us, and he knows the reality of the conversation we had in that live on air. I feel like, and I feel like he's making it sound way worse than it is. And then he also sent Wild after us, basically to stream against us to try and take the views down. To make Cash look way worse than it is, you know, he knows for a fact that we are on the back foot on this channel. We are absolutely on the back foot. We are on the defense, trying to fight against what Keem is doing as well. Because here's the thing, we were always going to get an attack based on what happened with Murph. But would it be quite as so relentless if not for Keemstar? The puppet master. Oh, well, let's continue.
Glamy, you just said something stupid. Glamy, you suck. Glamy, you wanted Murph out.
Oh my God.
Glamy, you're a backstabber, even though they were in the meeting too.
Okay, we never called her a backstabber.
I never called her a backstabber.
Okay, this is how you know he's bullshitting you, because we've never said those things. That's insane.
Bro,
go ask Glamy.
It is horrible.
Glamy would back us
It's
up
like
on this
all
one.
pick me energy. It's like Josh and Pesci are trying to be the cool kids by bullying the woman on panel. It's just very like it's not entertaining, right? I tried to show them. I called Glamy, and I was talking to Glamy about if she wanted to vote for the vice president, Ronald McDonald.
Can I be honest, Pesci? When he did that, it
Wait
was
a minute,
very
and
boring.
I did that yesterday. Hold on, Keem didn't get to see yesterday. There was times where I took Keem's advice.
Yeah, there were.
And I was talking to Glamy like a human being.
Yeah, there were.
If you go watch yesterday when she was hanging upside down, I wasn't calling her a retard. I was like, Glamy, let me ask you a serious question. I actually took Keemstar's advice.
Yeah, you did.
And I implemented that into the show yesterday. You could even see it for yourself.
Yeah, you absolutely did, Pesci. And let me say this. Glamy did not have a problem with anything we were doing. I can assure you. Is what she told us constantly. She said she just wants to. She said she'll do anything for the show. She just wants to be successful on the cash, and we just did what we did, and that was it. And she was very happy with it. All right, let's continue.
And she didn't know who I told her that Trump and Biden were running for a third term and shit. And Glamy doesn't know politics at all, so she just thought I was telling the truth, and she just went with it, and it went right over her head. What I didn't expect to happen is it also went over the head of Josh and Pesh.
Okay, I knew what he was doing. It's just when you have a conversation like that with Glamy, it's very boring, in my opinion.
Hey, Keem, I did try that the next day, I promise. Keemstar, if you're watching, I did try that.
I will say that you did. And, here's the thing. We gave her praise.
It didn't go over my head.
We gave her a lot of praise when she needed it. We gave her praise when she was good, even then, though the chat was saying it was terrible. We were like, Glamy, that was great. Glamy, you did amazing. We did that on the show and off the show. We were very supportive of her. And, look, we were extremely supportive of Glamy. From the start till the end, where my fucking
I told her, I said, Glamy, you got to keep it together. This is going to be a rough week no matter what.
Yeah, if anything, it's the backlash of the snaking thing that really tore her down and made her feel like, what's the point? You know? Because
Now,
they were
the
gonna
time he
confront her.
turned on, we might have been clowning on her, but it might have just been that circumstance. Because I told Josh it has to be both ways. It can't just be Glamy. It has to be you and her.
Yeah, has to be all of us. And that's the thing. We were planning to just do a regular goofy show, but that's not what the people really want at the same time. And here's the thing with what Keem's saying. When he came on and did that, I get what he was trying to do, and I could clearly tell he was giving fake names as well as saying that Trump could even do it another time because he can't, or Biden, because Biden fucking, I mean, he's basically dead, basically. But like, he was trying to get Glamy to come out with funny responses. Did she? Not really. Not really at the time. She didn't come out with anything good. And I feel like if you go back and you watch that part, you'll see that Glamy did not produce anything at all that was remotely interesting from that conversation. So I do want to say that. But yeah, let's see.
And all three of them didn't get it. And I was trying to explain to Josh, like, be entertaining. Like, if you're going to fuck with Glamy, why are you being like, you fucking suck, Glamy, you're fucking horrible, I mean, that's not entertaining. You're just bullying, right?
I don't think he fully watched the show. I don't think he ever really caught a whole episode. And he will say, oh, it's because it's trash. And I believe that he would only really catch the end of the show, right? Would you say so?
And I did ask him, did he ever watch? Remember when I said, Keem, can I ask you a question? And I said, have you ever watched it before? It's not always like that. I try to actually talk to her like a human.
Yeah. Well, let's say.
You know, play with her, have fun, make content with her. You know, they don't do that. All right, well, I called Glamy once. She didn't answer. I'm going to call her again.
I don't think she's going to. Does she not? I don't think she will answer. I'm going to be honest.
Ring.
Based on how she's been.
Oh, she's not on Discord. I think she deleted the app. See, she does this when she quits. She deletes the fucking app. All right, you know what? Let's give Fluff some love.
Is that it?
They still have 30 minutes left.
Wanna
of
make
the
sure.
show.
I think that's it.
I'm not even going to play
Okay,
it.
that's it. See, that's what he said. Don't agree with pretty much anything he said. What Glamy was very happy about the direction of the show. She was more unhappy about the attacks that were coming to her. She said she started to be more self-aware and realize herself, no one telling her, that it's almost like Keem didn't want her to succeed. And he would do these things to try and tear her down at every step of the way. That she said this herself. And she feels like she had immense pressure, and then she was always made to fail. She was never allowed to be just left alone on a show and told to go and run with it. She kind of had that with Pitt when she started Pitt, though, where she was left alone and told to do her own thing. You know, she was told that with Pitt. Pitt before your mama joined, and she did her own show, but she didn't have a co-host, and it wasn't good. But yeah, that's really all there is to all that. Do you want to add anything, Pesci, or say anything, or talk about anything?
Well, I feel bad that the boss thinks that, because that's not really how we were trying to run shit. Like,
no, it's not.
You might have saw a circumstance when we were doing that, but yesterday that wasn't the case. Like during the alien thing, when she was upside down, I said, Glamy, can I ask you a serious question? And I was talking to her in like a mellow voice. I wasn't even doing the Joe Pesci loud voice.
Yeah.
I heard what he said. It didn't go over my head. I tried to do that yesterday. Yesterday went better, I thought.
Yeah, I thought yesterday was a great episode. But at the end of the day, we praised her to high hell, huh? We praised.
I get it's not what I think though. It's the man who pays says.
Yeah, sure. But we praised her like hell when she did that Glamy's Corner. I have told her past like 7 Glamy's Corners have been great. That was that one bad one in between. What was that again? What was the shit one? I can't even remember what the shit one was.
The bad one was two ago, not the alien one. The alien one was great. It was the
Capoeira was pretty good. What's the other one she did? There was one in between. It's
so bad,
forgettable.
I don't even remember
It's a shark. The shark one. The shark one was horrible. All right? That was the bad one. But every other one we have praised her for, right? The power of Glamy was this, is that when she did Glamy's Corner, I would give her some ideas and be like, okay, you could run with this, do this, and she did them, and they were great. Most of the time, they were great when she performed them. She just took it and ran with it, and she did a great job. I would give her a graphic for the backdrop. I would be like, okay, here's a song occasionally, and she did great. She fucking smashed those segments, and you know, you can hate her, but she really did great when she did Glamy's Corner. She really did shine, just being goofy and, you know, silly. And just thinking like, oh, I know about this, but I don't know about this. That was the whole point of Glamy's Corner, for her to have a place where she had fun, and she had that, you know, 10 to 15, maybe 20 sometimes minutes on the show to do that. And if it was good, we praised her for it. The chat sometimes did not, even though it was good. Like, inherently it was good when she did those, you know?
Yeah, I give her credit because when she would do them all the way to the end. You know,
She
bad or good,
would.
she would own it, and then she would kind of go to the end with it. And dude, we would prop her up on that all the time. I never shitted on her behind the scenes or
No.
anything like that.
No. Who would? I agree with this, actually, and this is someone very close to me. Is it going to play? Is it broken? Let me check the TTS real quick. Oh, it's muted.
Truth.
For some reason.
Pesci, you and Glamy should have left the cast alone. You
Okay.
both wanted Josh and caused this.
Yeah.
Now Glamy
look, here's
left
the
and we're
thing.
here.
Here's the thing,
Although
though.
Tommy said Glamy would snake you guys too.
Yeah, you got that completely wrong, Sammy, and you should know better than anyone about this. This was happening before we even got with me on the show. She was losing... Is there an echo? Wait, oh, it's because I unmuted the TTS and it started echoing. Okay, I need to only monitor it. That was my fault. We couldn't hear it. I think it fucked. Anyway, weird TTS. Sorry about that. Here's the truth. Pesci, you and Glamy should have left the cast alone. You both wanted Josh and caused this. Now Glamy left and we are here, although Tommy said Glamy would snake you guys too. Well, here's the thing. You know, Sammy, that she was crying before I got here. She was starting to think, God, why can't I succeed? Why can't I do this? Before she got here. She was thinking of quitting before she got here. Before we did our first episode, Pesci, what did she say? So tell everyone
She
what
was
she
ready
said.
she was ready to go after the hypnotized night.
Oh, she said she wanted to quit.
Because remember, she didn't show up on Monday.
She said she felt sick and she wanted to quit. And we were like, why? We're just going to do a show and whatever happens, happens. And she was like, I just feel sick and I want to quit. And I think that was before we ever went live ever together. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. No, you're right. I'm thinking about it in my head, like what people don't realize was she was already on the verge.
She was
of this
already on the way
decision. You could
out.
Probably ask her that.
Yeah, I mean, you can make it seem any way you want, but like, I'm not delusional enough to let anyone spin a narrative. I'm not. At the end of the day, I will always just say exactly how it was. And that is exactly how it was. She wanted to quit, which Pesci blurted out, I think, on our second or first stream. He came out with it and he was like, and he wasn't supposed to. We were going to keep it secret for her. Well, at least I was. But either Pesci forgot or Pesci just came out with it and didn't realize what he did. And then, because she was like, I want to quit. I feel sick. I'm going to be okay. And I was like, okay, that's fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, Glamy. Just, you hang in there. We'll talk after the show and we'll work this out. But she wanted to quit. Both of you won't be blamed for this shit. No. I'm not being blamed for anything because I'm not retarded enough to like. People can tell me that I was the problem. I'm smart enough to like have self-awareness and know I wasn't. If anything,
And
to
I told
her,
Josh,
the people at B
Oh, go
were the
on.
bigger problem for her. What's that, Pesci?
no, I was saying, I was very aware if everything didn't work out that I could be on the chopping block too. I wasn't going to let it bother me. I told them that behind the scenes. I go, we're just going to ride this out. If we do well, we do well. If we don't, we don't.
Yeah, we said to Glamy
We're not
every
gonna-
day, like,
We're
look,
not going to quit.
yeah, we told her that every day. We said, look, we're not going to quit, Glamy. Whatever happens, happens. If I get taken off today, if Murph said, oh, I want to go back and Keem allowed it, I'd say, yeah, I'd accept that straight away. I didn't even have a chance to decline this offer to begin with. I was told, Josh, yeah, they made the deal on Reaper when I was off sick in bed. I was sick that whole weekend. And that deal was made fully without my knowledge. That part of it. I never knew I was going to even be on the show.
At Sarmikin super chatted $9.99. Tommy said Glamy would snake you. You don't think this could be a snake on you?
I don't think
I think
so.
Glamy does what she wants to do. She doesn't care how it affects anyone.
I don't think so. Do you?
This was more about her personal life. This wasn't about us.
Yeah, this is about her personal life.
This was bigger than me and Josh. Let's be real.
Yeah.
She didn't quit
Interesting.
because of us. I wish she was out there so she could tell you guys that, but
Yeah, you know what?
We were
We
trying-
would love to call her, but she's never going to answer. Because here's what she does when she does this: is she goes radio silent. Julian Walker, this is a very interesting comment. Josh, your mouth is causing this. You, Glamy, and Pesci, even Keem ignored us from Saturday when we said we want Murph. People paid over 800 members. 800? I think it was 400 and something. They paid nothing to keep Glamy. I get what you're saying. That's true. But I had nothing to do with the transfer of me and Murph. Like, I was told, I was in bed the whole weekend sick. We had that live on air discussion, which wasn't how it was spanned. I'm going to be honest. And then I woke up to a message from Xylee saying, "Oh, congrats, you've got cash." I'm like, okay, who with? And she was like, "Oh, Pesci and Glamy." And I was like, "Oh, okay." That is how it went at the end of the day. So it was 450 members. That's right. I could have said no.
did you see what Hush Pup said?
What's that?
She said, "No, Josh, she wanted you because she heard you telling Xylee how much you love Glamy and would love to work with her. She thought you were someone
not
who
true.
would be good to her. I thought the opposite."
That's not true. It was constantly on the show, and Glamy said it on shows too, that she knew it was going to be like the pit dynamic, but a little different. And I mean, this week, I'm gonna really open the curtain now. So this week, here's what the plan was, right? We had all agreed that this week we needed to do something to move on from the Murph shit. So we needed to bring a much harder, more controversial, and it wasn't even that, to be honest. We didn't even deliver on that. Like, kind of stream to push away from that, because that whole thing was just crazy how that went down. And we said this week's going to be rough, and then we'll probably do like one more next week, and then from then on it was going to be smooth sailing. We were just going to do our regular show when we were out of the spotlight of the drama and the war of like Keem and Wild and all that shit. We were just going to do a regular show, plan, like, you know, from start to finish. She was going to do Glamy's corner, I was going to do my segment, Pesci was going to do his, and that was really all there was going to be to it. And we'd have like an additional segment every day that would rotate out, and it wouldn't be about Glamy. We'd have all of our segments and we'd contribute together. And the plan was that we would have a normal show. It's not a fuck with Glamy show at the end of the day. But that was it.
We told Glamy behind the scenes we don't want her crashing out all the time because we don't
No.
want it to fuck up her mental ability. If you got to let out some shit, let it out.
Yeah. We did. We exactly told her that. You'll never be like Pitt. No, we're not.
But we
we're not
didn't
trying
tell
to
her
be
every
like
day
Pitt.
she sucked.
That's what she said. We
keep
never
saying
told
you
her
suck.
she
We didn't
sucked.
do that.
We always gave her praise. We always said, you're doing great. I even said to her, if this is affecting your mental health this much, you should quit. Right? And that was before I even started working with her, because it was already affecting her mental health, which is why she's gone radio silent at the end of the day. I thought the opposite, because you always carried on about how you loved chaos. Don't say it isn't true. Okay, but you don't know Hush Pup. I get that, and you're entitled to your opinion, but you're not going to gaslight me into thinking any different than what the truth is. Ellie, I agree with you. She is terrible, but seeing someone constantly shit on is way too much. I don't know if you guys have seen Glamy's journey in the LCU, but from the very start to the very end, she was a punching bag for the whole LCU, and people were constantly unfair to her at every turn, and very unjustifiably so. And I would talk to her about that, and I'd say, you know, Glamy, like, unfortunately, that's where everyone sees your value. Everyone sees your value in the crying and the crash outs, and it's not great. You know, we can't do that forever. But you know, they're gonna.
Josh was not going to make her drink at 6 a.m. either.
Yeah.
We told her that. We're like, Glamy, we're not going to make you drink.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Basically. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say other than that, because that's really all that went down. I mean, I don't really know what other questions that need to be answered. But Pesci, do you want to weigh in? Because you can weigh in. Because here's the thing: like, Pesci's a straight shooter, and you guys know that. Pesci's a straight shooter. I mean, ask me a question, I'll tell you the absolute truth on anything, as long as it isn't NDA. You know what I mean? That's how I roll. That's how I live my life, and I've always lived that way. If I'm asked a direct question, I will give a direct answer. Have you guys seen her first audition? No, I haven't seen her first audition, but I'd love to see it. If you've got it, Chroma, can you DM me it? I'm actually curious if that's even still up. I'd love to see how she can.
That'd be a good way of a good send off for her.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't even know what the reality is even of, like I told Josh, we might not even have a future here. They'll probably put somebody over here that will keep the viewership.
Yeah.
So Cafe makes sure they get their, good redirect in that they've been getting and everything along those lines.
Okay, IPC, the goal for her to drink was always agreed that she wouldn't do it. Like, because here's the
she
at
would
the end
do
of the
something
day,
else in place.
Yeah, like she was meant to do it on the weekend as like okay, well, I'm not gonna do it at 6 a.m. but I'll do it on the weekend. And then there was the whole thing of the upside down that we were gonna give as well. But then she had a problem with that after the fact. But it's fine in the end. That wasn't the issue though. Nothing to do with that. I do wish she was here, so she could shed a light on how she felt about everything. But we did want to work with Glamy at the end of the day, right? We did. And we did that whole fucking mock start because we have to do something. We can't show up here today and do nothing at all because our show was planned around Glamy, but here we are.
Yeah.
That's really...
And then other than, the top of the hour, we have the two things me and Josh do all the time. It wasn't even going to be on her on the second hour. We just know that in the beginning, it's good to get her energy in there.
Yeah. Yeah, we like to start with something goofy and funny. And while the whole chat was shitting on her, we praised her. Well, the whole chat was shitting on her yesterday. Well, not the whole chat. But yesterday, people did give her praise for the alien thing because that was funny. But there are still a lot of people saying it was terrible and it was boring, but I completely disagree with you guys on that. I think it was hilarious. I think she did amazing. I think it was out of this world funny. So what are you doing, Josh? We are just doing what we're doing. We're going down with the shit.
She did all the, she did the puppet stuff. I mean, that stuff looked weird, but it was funny. At the end of the day, it's like, it's the morning. We got to do something a little bit different. The Glamy's Corner was something different.
Oh, God. Oh, God. You want to read that one?
Can we get Dave, Mr. Glamy, as the new third?
Sure. That's insane. What, without Glamy?
He's a nice guy.
Oh my God. He is a really nice guy, actually. Thank you, Talking Short, for the 2. He is a really nice guy. Yes, then do something funny now then, Josh.
Now let me ask you this, Josh.
Okay.
When did this actually kind of go down? Because like I said, I was in the dark about a lot of this.
Well, we are.
And then
we just are in the dark. That's all there is to it. You know what I mean?
I tried messaging her a couple times. She didn't even say I'm gone, or I was like, you could just say you're gone. If you're gone, I'm not going to be upset.
Yeah, I messaged her and said, like, Glamy, are you okay? I said, like, even if you don't want to say anything, react to this if you're done. Like, do a react emoji. She didn't even do that.
Yeah.
Last time she left the LCU, she did reply back to me. I said to her, I'm never going to talk about that. That's fine. Just go away. Do what you got to do. I never begged for her to come back or anything like that. That was just
What's
how it was.
that word?
What's that? What word?
You are so flippant.
Yeah, it's when you're like flip-flopping on stuff, and it's not true though. I've been pretty consistent with what I've said. How about a Shifty and Mr. Glamy stream? Oh God. See, that was the thing she hated the most. She hated people bringing up Shifty entirely, or her being on drugs. Those are the things that really triggered her. That was about it.
Gentlemen, how we doing?
Lovely.
I just want to be clear. Everything I said on Jesters was wrong, right?
I think so.
About
no
racism, every bit of it.
Not all of it. Not all of it.
No, what I said was keep.
No, you said all of it. You literally said all of it. I have the clip. Okay. You said everything I said about Jesters, right? About you guys just bullying her. Glamy's ugly. Glamy's this. Glamy's that. Like every bit of that is wrong, right? You never did any of that.
Never called her ugly.
No, we're saying we didn't do that all the time.
All right.
Yesterday, hold on, let me say one thing, Keem.
Okay.
You said it went over our heads. I know you didn't see yester's, but
just
I
wanted to
actually
make
tried
sure,
to take your advice.
You guys you're on Jesters next. All right. So
that's fine.
Let's be clear. I'm a liar, right? I'm lying.
I'm not saying you're lying.
No.
No, you did.
I said
You
I
did.
actually did try to take your advice.
What I'm saying is this. You were saying we said this, we said that, we said this, we said that, but that's not true. But I didn't say she was ugly. I didn't say half that shit that you said. Pretty much 90% of what you said I didn't say. Or we didn't.
Okay. Team, I took your advice.
If you find it, that's fine.
The next day I tried to do what you said. Normal conversation. I took your advice.
I'm happy for you to do the justice stream and prove us wrong.
A lot of support in the in the chat for the show. Who's Sam Kins? Well, at least she supports you.
Yeah. True. Thank you, Keem. No, it's not so much. I don't agree with the sentiment, but I don't. And the thing is Glamy wouldn't agree with the ending of that, like the justice stream. But it's more the things he said that we said, or the things he said we did. You know, did we give her a hard time on the show?
I never said lied.
I think we gave her a no. I didn't say lie. Did we give her a hard time on the show? Yeah, we did. But it's a show. It's a show. At the end of the day, behind the scenes, she was good. She was more than good. So that's all there is to it. I don't see it as any more than that. I really don't, because I know what the truth is of everything behind the scenes. I know she was already had her foot out the door, and that is it. You know?
Yeah. I get it. They would have to watch yesterday. I tried to implement what the advice he gave us. I did.
Yeah. And like so our plan for the first week was to do like a good cop, bad cop thing, you know? Kind of. We never really said it, but like I was the person that was meant to push her when she was refusing to do the things, or if she refused to do the things. And then you were there to sometimes play the hero, sometimes, you know, be the voice of reason. Did you say Keela? Anyway, but that's I really.
Says they sent you the clip.
You sent you a clip if you want me to do. I still have Google Doc of Glamiversary. Oh, Kramer, thank you. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll pull that up. We'll give her a cute little send off. For real. I don't think she's coming back personally. I think her mental health is shot. That's the clip. Okay, let me pull it up.
Wings, do what fucking makes you.
This is the first ever Glamy appearance. Hold up. This must have been, so this was over a year ago. Obviously, she's a chain holder at the end of the day. Let me full screen this.
You happy, bitch.
Dude, seriously, you could auction off a roach. If you had to find one in your house, you could auction
he's gone.
off.
Fuck.
Give a fuck, Wings. Do what fucking makes you happy, bitch.
Make sure.
Fuck.
That girl should have just used her phone. That would have been way better.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, what is your name? What do you do? And why do you want to be a locale queen?
Hey, I'm Glamy Lammy. I am a queen.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I remember that! Oh my god, I remember that! I was watching this live. I actually do. Pesci. Oh, can you hear me? Do you remember? Did you ever watch this stream live when it happened? This was a long time ago, by the way. I watched this live.
I was watching it this time, but I didn't watch it live. No, I can't.
I remember how she opened up. That opening line. Hear it, Pesci. Hold on.
Her phone. That would have been way better.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, what is your name? What do you do? And why do you want to be a locale queen?
Hey, I'm Glamy Lammy. I am a queen.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
Here we go. Here we go. We got Grace Jr., 2 snaps and a twirl.
All right.
All right.
So
here we go.
What's the name again?
Glamy Lammy.
Glamy Lammy. So are you a fan of the show? Have you been watching the show?
I've been a member for 6 months.
Oh, that's awesome, Glamy Lammy. All right, so tell everyone, like, give us let's pretend that this is a podcast, right? And think about something you really want to, like, rant about or talk about, and we'll just sit back and listen, all right? And pretend we're watching you on Queens. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Boogie, you look ridiculous. You need to take that off. Like,
no.
Bro, where are you going? And I really like you guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying. And Tina, you look like a mustard bottle.
Okay, that was funny as fuck. When she called Tina a mustard bottle, I thought that was golden. I laughed in real life at that one when I saw this live. Like,
yeah, I've never seen this.
When she came in, she was so like pure and nice. I think this place kind of drove her crazy. But she she's actually like this. This is like what Glamy's like off air when she's not worried about fucking Cash under attack, for example. You know, she's not like this. She's just silly and Glamy.
Yeah, okay, come here, Reedy. Let me put it on top of you and eat you. You fucking retarded or something, bro? You got nothing better than that. Get the fuck out of here, you lamb.
Lammy has those crazy bitch
Tell
eyes.
me where to go.
Wings, they're
Excuse me,
auditioning.
but
Shut
I
the
demand
fuck
the
up.
attention. I am not going anywhere.
You
Thank
demand the attention? Holy shit, you
Absolutely.
do meth? God damn, your eyes are big as fuck. Look at her pupils.
Oh, that's because I'm a star.
You're a star, then where the fuck are you at? You're reaching for the star, land on your ass. What do you do on YouTube?
What about? Oh, I do have a channel.
Okay, great.
I have a Glamy channel. I tried. I did a while, and that's what I wanted to do, but I needed to start somewhere.
You put makeup on and everything for your friends?
Half the people out fighting Call of Duty have a YouTube channel with 2 subscribers.
This bitch
Yeah,
eyes so big, she
pretty
spends
much where I
$200 on
am.
eyeshadow a day. Look at that.
She's been hot railing.
I buy that on wholesale. Thank you.
Well, my personality there too, bitch, because you ain't got one.
I have a better one than you.
Okay, Lammy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm sorry. too.
I'm sorry, Lammy. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good. It's okay.
Oh, Glammy's gonna make me cry. Give me a tissue. Give me a tissue.
Oh, you're adorable. You're really
Okay, time out. Glamy Lammy, you are making it to the finals. Congratulations.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
We love her. We love her. You're making it to the fucking finals. Okay, here's
Thank you.
okay, before we have you back on again later tonight, what I would like you to do is get some type of light in front of you to better lighten up your face because you're coming through a little dark. All right.
Okay.
And
Okay,
we'll see you
absolutely.
later tonight. Moderators, give her like some type of role so we remember who she is, and someone write this down because I'm gonna forget. But you are making it to the final round for sure. All right, thank you so much.
I know, I can't do the
There you have
Glammy
it.
shit. Keem, I fucking hate you.
Remember what I said about Grace? She looks like the type of girl that would key your fucking truck if you left her.
Bro, who is the?
She's got that. She got
think
the
that's
fake
it.
background to hide the horde.
Bro, Tina, that woman with good audio equipment is funny as shit. Mike, what did you think?
You look like the kind of like preschool teacher that you would like consider taking your kids out instead of leaving them there.
Dude,
Crisscross applesauce, boys and girls.
remember the girl from Saturday Night Live that would put her hands in her pits and like, I'm a superstar. It was like,
Oh yeah. Molly Shannon. Yeah.
Oh, good Lord. Okay. All right. Let's get
I thought
another.
what was funniest was Tina like hating her as much as she did.
And she was still nice. She's like, I'm not mad.
Oh, I guess that's the whole thing though, just to make sure. I wanted to make sure that was the full end of that. But yeah, that was Glamy's intro to the LCU right there. What do you think about that, Pesci? Because you've never seen that before. That was your first time ever seeing what her audition was like.
It's kind of crazy, you know. It's almost like, you know, sad in a way when you think about it. I mean, how happy she was and everything like that. I don't know what to think anymore.
No, I mean
Honestly,
it
that was
is kind of sad because when I was watching that, I was thinking, God, she came in probably with so much hope that it was all going to be so happy. And you guys know what she's been through. She's been made to shave her eyebrows, shave her hair, things that I would never make a human being do. Pour condiments on herself. I wouldn't even make anyone do that or tell anyone to do that unless they suggested it themselves. Just so you know, there's a lot of stuff I would never, ever, ever do. You know, did I shout at her when things were terrible? Did we do that thing? Yeah, we did. That was it. I never like called her ugly or made it personal. Did we make jokes about the people saying she was on drugs? I mean, our TCS song is set by someone else, and I think what's it called? What does it go? Glamy's on drugs. I mean, like, you know, I don't know. I never forced her to do anything she didn't want to do. Everything she did, she agreed upon. Everything that happened, she agreed with on this show. What was too much for her, I think, was just the backlash from the Big Murph snaking. She was sad that Tommy wouldn't let her even get any words out. This is her perspective, by the way. This is she was sad that she couldn't get her words out with Tommy. She felt he was disingenuous and she couldn't have a say because everything she was going to say was going to be a lie. So she was upset with how Cafe won. She was really shaken by that. She felt like people were on the attack to get her and tear her down.
Yeah. It's crazy how everything just happens, and that was over, what, a year ago?
That was over a year ago, yeah. She's got her chain. I don't know how long she's been here exactly, but I would guess like a year and 4 months. Or something. But
I don't know where to put it at that. That's kind of sad to see how it all ended. I wish we could have at least got a proper send-off, or at least could have said, hey, Glamy, you could say goodbye, or...
I mean, I messaged her as soon as I found out about it, and I wanted to make sure she was okay, because I know what her head was like before she left.
Glamy, I want you to know, if you could hear this right now, I enjoyed working with you for the couple weeks we worked together.
Yeah.
I hope there was nothing that we did that would have got you upset, but I think
she would have told us.
It was nothing along those lines.
We always have
got along
boundaries.
with her really well. Hopefully, we'll get to say goodbye to her one day. I think she'll pop up again.
I think I'll talk to her outside of the LCU and never bring it up to anyone that I did. Because I did like Glamy at the end of the day. We got on very well, but she's gone, so. Is what it is. This place just keeps turning. Will she be back? Maybe one day she'll be back. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think she should, though, if she's... Because knowing everything she said to me off air, I don't know if she will be back. To be honest.
And if they decide that I have to be punished for this or whatever, I'll live with it.
Punished for what? Being on a show with her?
Not being on a show, just how everything's just kind of conspired over the last couple of weeks.
Pesci, you really think that everyone else before us didn't treat her way worse by making her do all that crazy shit that she's done before? All we did was make her sit in a chair upside down, and that's about it.
That's about it.
And we just we shouted at her, yeah, but that's about it. You know?
Grammy's corner was her own corner. All that shit she did was her own shit.
Yeah. I mean, I helped her with it. I helped her with it, and she enjoyed it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I get it.
Bring Big Murph in. That would be interesting. I actually do want to see what... but she's on another show right now. How do we do that?
She's doing good, though. Why would you fuck...
No, but I mean, bring Big Murph over here right now in the live on air to see what she has to say about it. I mean, I guess you can go ask her over there. I don't want to drag anyone from another show. I think that's kind of weird. I wouldn't do that. But it would be nice to hear what she says. But I guess you can go watch over there if you want, and you can see for yourself what she's saying. Maybe they only covered it for 5 minutes. Maybe they covered it for 10. Maybe she's talking about it right now. I don't know.
I think a lot of people are going to probably see if she comes back in the next 48 hours. They might think she's gone now, but maybe something conspires over the next day or so, and she comes back. I don't know. We're going to have to keep ticking no matter what happens.
Yeah.
The boss hates us, but...
Yeah, I mean, I want to clear that up with Keem, though, because he was saying, in fairness, he has to be fair. We have to be fair both ways, right? Was he absolutely lying? No. Did we, you can say we berated her? Absolutely, you can. But the examples he was giving, that was what I was saying was false, right? I wasn't trying to say anything else other than that. I was just trying to say that all the examples he gave, I was like, no way. Like, I wouldn't call her ugly, or like... I mean, we can go back and listen to the things he said we did, and we can make a fucking checklist if you want. But like, I disagree with like 90% of what you said, which is an overall disagreement. You know?
Sure, I get it, and I can understand him being mad.
Yeah, I mean, of course he is.
I get it.
I completely understand why he's mad. And here's the thing: I didn't have to be here. I also didn't care to be. I was helping the show because I enjoyed the show for what it was before I joined. And, Glamy not telling us she was leaving, and not for us to be able to plan a show before her exit, leaving very last minute, it's kind of like, it's a shame. I would have liked for her to have had a say or give me a statement to provide everyone, so we can see where she's at with this. It does make it look really bad on us, though. I will say that. The more I'm thinking about it, it looks like it was us that caused it, but I just that's just not the truth. If you spoke to Glamy behind the scenes, you would know that. And we bet, like, if you compare what happened to her on that Saturday stream for saving Big Murph compared to what we did, harmless. What's that noise?
Thank you, Hackett. Thank you, Rev.
Okay. What was done to her? Wait, what was done to her on Pit was much, much worse. Nothing happened to your mama in the end. The members to bring back Murph were a joke to her. Yeah. Cash is Pesci, true. And you know what? I will step down if that's what you got. Like, if Pesci, if you want to, this is Pesci's show. And that's how I see it, by the way. I don't see, that's why he opens the show. And when I joined her, I said, well, this is your show, Pesci. I want you to still have your role and open the stream, doing what you do.
Yeah. But I was always aware that Glamy was the face, though. I was told her that.
Yeah, we all knew Glamy was the star. I'm not gonna let the trolls tell me that I broke her, though, because I know that's not the case. I know that's not the case. That's insane.
I told her, listen, you got to look at me as someone that's more of like a seat warmer. At any point, I could get moved out of here. But I always said,
yeah, I mean,
you got to keep it focused because they come here to see you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. She was the star of the show. She was the main draw, right? No one ever thought anything different. No one ever thought they were better than her. We told Glamy she was a star, and she kept saying, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. No, I'm not bailing out of Cash. It's just I did want to work with Glamy specifically, because me and Glamy, we're friends, and we wanted to work together, and we thought we could do something good, and that was about it.
This will probably be the end of me overall. But
you think so?
It was a fun ride.
You think so?
Well, there's not really another place for me to.
That's not true, Pesci. There'll be a place for you. I wouldn't think about it that way. I wouldn't go
in
that.
my head,
I
I'm already.
Do that. I know what you're saying.
All right.
I know what you're saying. But I think Pesci, you'll always have a place. You will.
Well, we were just told by the boss that we're the worst.
Oh, but I'm okay with that.
Where I'm from, if you're told by the boss you're the worst, then you shouldn't waste his time anymore. You should just
maybe
get out of Dodge
maybe
and
you're
say,
right.
Look, sorry to waste your time.
Maybe you're right, and that's true. I mean, I've always been fair and said, look, I'm far from the best. I've rated myself like the bottom tier on second bottom tier on a tier list, right? I've said that I'm not good. I'm not the greatest. I'm not great. I'm not good at all, even. And all I've ever tried to do is try and be myself, but never hitting it quite the right point. It's hard to be yourself entirely when you're doing this. I think I'm as close as I can be, but I struggle with a lot with all this shit, you know. But I've said that before I came here. I knew that I wasn't the great star or anything like that. I mean, look, Patsy.
And I said if this worked out, and I said getting Murph to Wild, this was better for her because she's
honestly,
at a spot where she could do better. Now that Gramy's gone, Josh already has a spot. So if they blow this up and they decide to put somebody else here, I could live with that. What did I say? If anything goes south, and I told this to Glamy behind stage, ask Josh. I said, listen, if shit starts to go south, don't worry if it's me that has to get chopped. I'll be fine.
You always jump to the. I feel like, Pesci, what you do is you always jump to the conclusion that, like, you're fired, you're moved, you're done, you're gone, and that's the conclusion you jump to. Why is that?
Well, I listen to what the boss. Dude, you gotta understand where I come from, right? I run businesses or whatever. I listen to what the boss says. If, like, the guy that I work with yesterday on the cars, he told me some things I got to clean up or whatever when I'm dealing with certain customers, right? I listen to that. We just had our boss come in and basically say, we are dog shit. Everything we've done is wrong. We even tried to tell him what we were doing right and what we weren't. He wasn't having it. So where I'm at is that guy's mind's already made up about me. So I might as well just accept my fate. It's not a bad
I think it's
thing.
just
I'm not
criticism,
mad.
bro. I don't think
I
it's much
get
more
it.
than that. I don't think it's much more than that. I think what you do is you just take criticism and move on. And guys, this is not going to be much of anything really. This for the rest of the show. If you want to go watch Wild, please do. At the end of the day, we're in a spot where we don't really have a show planned for you today. You know, we had a co-host quit. She was the main draw and the star of the show. Would we plan another show for tomorrow? What day is it today? Is it Thursday or Friday? Thursday. We'd probably plan a Friday show and do that, and then who knows what's going to happen with Cash after that? You know what I mean?
I even made sure I was here today and put the auction off later. I didn't even know she was going to quit. We were planning on doing a show today together.
Something to live
by.
That's
if
funny.
You're never the most hated person on panel, bring in Tech Protect.
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Tech Protect's a lovely guy, guys, of course. Yeah, I don't know about that whole thing with Tech. I don't know. Here's the thing. I've always criticized Crypt for always taking it down the lane of the PDF talk, because I fucking can't stand that shit. That is the absolute worst. The absolute worst. And I hate when people even touch on the subject at all. And I feel like I've clicked into Crypt like so many times, and that's been the discussion. So hopefully they've learned from that, and they won't move down that alley anymore.
No, I get it. That was some weird. I was surprised. But like he said, that happens a lot.
Yeah. That's pretty much all of what fucking Crypt.
I don't even want to bring it up, but
no,
yeah,
I don't. I don't even like
lot.
talking about it, but like it's too much on Crypt sometimes with that. And I'm pretty sure, hopefully, this will be the time they learn and move on from the fact that that's the case. Oh.
Well, someone says Pesci, you're learning. Keem knows that. I don't know, because yesterday he said that I was torturing her, and I actually tried to take his advice for real. No joke. If you go watch the scene where she's upside down, you'll hear me say something along the lines like, Glamy, I'm trying to talk to you like serious.
No, you did.
Not like fucking with you. Like, I know you're upside down, but I'm actually trying to talk
I think
to
you are overthinking it to a point, right? I think you're thinking like this is the worst thing on the earth. I don't think it is. It's not that bad. You just have to let it ride out, bro. At the end of the day, there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not worried. I'm being a realist about it. That's all.
I mean, the realist is just like whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I see it. I mean, I don't particularly.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
go on.
I'm surprised nobody wanted to jump in and say
anything about Glamy.
Their goodbye to Glamy or say any thoughts about her.
Yeah.
Surprised she didn't have more of an outpour.
Yeah, I thought people would have come in and said a few words for her. You know, at least something.
Maybe it's because they don't think she's fully gone. They're probably going to let this breathe for
really,
48 hours.
No one ever really believes when someone leaves for a long time. I feel like if someone has to be gone for a really long time for them to believe they're gone. No one's going to miss Glamy. Really? I'd miss her. The thing is, I know what's best for her, though, at the end of the day. And her head is all over the place right now, and she probably should take a break. She was actually starting to worry that she would end up like Becky, so... She said that herself. You know?
Yeah.
I really hope.
When you're seeing this like unwrap behind the scenes, it's almost hard to keep somebody's composure. That's why we weren't trying to fucking trash on her.
Yeah.
Josh even said many times, he goes, Glamy, I would never make you do A, B, and C.
Yeah. She's always been very clear about the boundaries. We've always stayed true to our boundaries, and she knows what the show is going to be. Okay, I see. Interesting.
What happened?
I don't know. I'm just wondering. Do you think? I don't think so. I don't think this was planned. Do you? Do you think it was planned to go down this way?
What?
Do you think it was planned to go down this way? Do you think?
If it was, we saved Big Murph.
But do you think? Because it is weird if you think about it. Like, she's always been cool with us. She's always been honest with us. We've always been a team behind the scenes. We've always been happy. We've always been good together.
Dude, bro, come on, let's be real. You saw how Monday was. You saw where her conscience was on Monday.
Yeah, she wanted to quit and she felt sick.
The one and only Puss in Boots says Glamy had a ton of problems long before you two were even a part of the universe.
No.
It was bound to happen. Don't beat yourselves up. Thank you, the one and only Puss in Boots.
Here's the thing. I started to question it, right? Because here's the thing. I know for a fact that me and Glamy were friends. I know for a fact that I would not push her past any point she wouldn't want me to. I know for a fact that I respected her and everything she said to do or not to do behind the scenes. I know for a fact I've stayed true to that. And I respect her a whole damn lot for what she's been through here. But yeah, I just feel weird about it. I just feel like she would have said goodbye to me.
Yeah.
But you can't deny that there was an obvious going after Cash, and I'm not talking about just the viewer base. I'm talking about the powers that be. That was obvious from the start, from the jump, right?
Well, it was gonna happen. It's all right.
I think this was always going to happen, and we kind of knew
where
that.
I'm from, I always say where I'm from, the man who pays will always say. So if he's up there saying shit, you gotta take it for bait.
Yeah, I guess we'll just go with it. You know what I mean? I don't know what we're gonna do for the last fucking 20 minutes. I think I've been sent some clips of Glamy right now. Oh yeah, we've been sent some clips of Glamy. We've got loads actually. So let's just react to these and give our commentary on Glamy as she's departed from now on. You know what I mean? Let's just watch some Glamy clips and see what the fuck these are about. Let me pull this up for you. Oh fuck, it's playing already. Hold on. All right, let's see what this one is. Wait, is there a timestamp? Oh, this is Glamy's first ever show. Is that right? Hold on, let me have a look. This is Glamy's first show stream. Oh, we can't really play this one though, because Thingy's on it. Okay, let me find another one. I think a lot of her history does come from people that are no longer here. That's part of the issue with going through a lot of Glamy's history, because she's been here for such a long time that like most shit isn't even.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the absolute.
What's this? Oh, you got dumb. You can't make this up. This one is titled with, what does it say? John versus. Oh, that's a good one. Let me pull that one up. John versus Glamy. I'll try and work out what this one is.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the absolute worst podcast on all of you.
407 to
You're
620.
watching Lol Cow
Okay.
Live. Well, John quit right before
Make sure it's loud enough.
Mafia Milkers was about to go live. He got frustrated because Glamy was covering for Savage today, because Savage has off on Tuesdays and Wednesdays because she has to watch her grandbaby, which is totally fine. Glamy's supposed to cover for Savage on Mafia Milkers. And then all of a sudden, Glamy starts messaging John saying that her computer isn't working. So John's messaging me saying, hey, we got to cancel. I've tried everything with Glamy and her computer's not working. Apparently it was unplugged or some shit. And they wasted 2 hours trying to get the computer running. Wasn't plugged in. So then John said, fuck this shit. I quit. I'm done, and ran off. So then it was on me. And then Glamy starts messaging me, hey, my audio's not working. So I just sent a message to Glamy, and I was like, look, you're about to be live in an hour. You better figure it out. I'm not getting on the phone with you anymore, Glamy. I'm not babysitting you anymore, Glamy. If you can't figure out how to get your audio working on your fucking computer, show's going to be canceled. And instead of helping her and just yelling at her saying, well, you better figure it out, she got it done. She got it done. Mafia Milkers is still running. No, there's no way. There's no fucking way.
Oh, is he reacting to it though?
No, they're not. So they had a decent show. Was it a great show? No.
This was meant to be
but
Glamy versus John. You know who John was, Pesci? John was the guy that tore her OBS originally. I do not see her up here whatsoever, though. Well, that's what the clip's title. What the fuck is going on with these? Let me just double check. Make sure I'm reading these right.
Who sent you that?
I've been sent like a whole docket of like we were gonna do Glamiversary at some point when we go through her history. Basically. Oh, this one's a good one. Becky versus Glamy. That's interesting. Let's have a look at that. I don't remember them.
Are we allowed to watch shit with them in it?
Becky? I don't know. That's the thing. We can't watch any of this stuff because it's all her whole history is scattered with fucking people that are no longer here that we're not really allowed to cover. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would make sure of that first.
Yeah. And that's what I'm scared to do. These all have Becky. They all have, you know, the pirate more. And I don't know about Psycho Mom. I don't think she's anything bad. But
someone said Glamy had everything she wanted. Very odd. She left all of a sudden. Very odd, Pesci. I don't think it was very odd.
I don't think it was odd.
Like if something happens, like she pops up and says surprise, she pops up and says surprise. If she doesn't pop up, I think we get why it happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. I completely agree with you. This is John versus Glamy, but I can't play that. You know who you are sending me it because, and she's giving me the timestamps of John versus Glamy fighting because there are other people in the background. I'm pretty sure I can't show, which is a shame because that was really funny. I'm pretty sure I can't show any of this stuff, which is a shame because these are like some of the best Glamy moments of her arguing with people and actually. Although the John one was just John absolutely shitting and destroying her from the very beginning when she first started and she was learning. She was learning OBS.
Xylee showed Becky on Reapers just before Fat Camp with Fat Camp first one clips.
Did she?
That's what someone said. I don't know.
My memory is faint on that. I don't know if I can recall her even showing that. Maybe I wasn't there for that. Maybe I wasn't on that stream. Maybe that was one of the weekends where I wasn't there. I don't want to take the risk at the end of the day, which is a shame because these clips are fucking great. The John versus Glamy. There's Becky versus Glamy. There's Glamy wanting to box Becky. It's how to deal with Glamy being stupid, which I think is a Keem rant. Her like fucking up her like in her first ever stream on Milkers, and it's basically I think it's from the very start right out the gate up to the 11th minute mark there's like no audio, or it's just like really bad audio for her first show she ever did. And I think the whole show was John jumping in and out and basically shitting on her. I mean, this whole thing of people shitting on her has been from the start till the end.
I could make a compilation video.
Yeah,
we'd have to figure out if we're allowed to. But I could make a compilation where you wouldn't have to hit pause. We would be able to just run it.
Yeah, we could do that, but I don't know the rules.
I know how to edit videos.
I just don't know the rules on that, and that's the worst part.
As I said, we'd have to ask the boss, but
kind of sucks though that there's all these people that aren't allowed to be talked about anymore, so we can't even cover things around other people because they're heavily involved in them. It's a shame. Like a lot of lost archival content that we can't show. No, it is what it is.
No, I get it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us late, shout out to the 470 in the build. Glamy is no longer with us. The boss came on, basically told us we're pretty much trash.
Basically.
And Jim Crick did not show up today, and I'm glad he didn't. And God bless him wherever he is. And we do love him. Much love and support. Glamy, we know you're watching. Godspeed.
Godspeed.
Drink one for me.
Don't tell her
Much
that.
love.
She doesn't want to drink anymore. Josh, get the plunger. I was going to buy a plunger. I was going to buy a plunger for today. I was going to buy one, but I can't get one last minute. And I said at the start of the stream, I did like an air plunger thing. I did like an air plunger. I was meant to do. I would love. I was gonna plunge my face for real. As a what? What's the fucking word? In memory of Glamy or whatever.
The people that are asking him to play the audio clip, he's got to get permission first. Maybe we'll.
Yeah, I'll get
like
permission
I said,
first.
we'll put some of these together in an order, and we'll show them at the end of a show where it's not like we're making it the whole thing or
That's
whatever.
so funny.
Like a send off.
Do an apology stream. we should do an apology stream. Well, we apologize and just say all good things about Glamy. Yeah. I've said great things about her all the time on Reapers. I think she's great. Here's the thing about I love the villains and the people that play the bad guys the most. Like I've always been a big fan of Becky. I can't say a lot of some of the bad people that have left, all the troublemakers that have left. But I always enjoyed the high-end chaos of the villains and the troublemakers and the people that will drive you crazy. The people that cause the most drama.
Somebody named 1-800-Xylee Craig says you don't need permission. No, we do.
Yeah, we'll just be...
Because we're in the...
Yeah, we're definitely in the crosshairs.
We're in the crosshairs, folks.
Yeah, we are.
Bang, bang.
Copy all the worst apology videos. We should do that. Don't risk it at the moment. I'm not going to risk anything because I'm pretty sure things are going to be taken out of like proportion, out of context from this point, and we're going to look terrible. Even though it was not that bad, and if Glamy could speak with her own words, and she was not putting her morals aside, and she was being honest and genuine, she would tell you that we worked as a team, we were always fair, I always kept her secrets. I always kept her secrets. I always kept to her word. We always kept to her boundaries. You know, I wish I could juggle. I can't though. That's a good question. I've always wanted to.
Someone says, laughing my ass off. Permission, Pesci. I thought you were a gangster. Well, I am. I respect the people I work for.
He's more of a hustler. But I don't think you're a gangster. I think you're a hustler. And hustling,
yeah,
part of hustling,
more of a hustler
the respecting who you work for, right? I mean, you could turn around and say, "Fuck you, I'm gonna break the rules," but
yeah.
Where would
I
that
work
lead you?
with people. Like the guys I'm in business with, I'm in business. Yeah, they might be a notch ahead of me. Like the guy who runs the pizza place, he's got more of a percentage. He owns 4 stores. I own 10% of one. That's about the just of me in a pizza place. I own 10% of a store. Whatever they make over, profit, I get 10% of it. That's about it.
That makes me laugh. That's true. Teamwork did not make the dream work because we had a lot more teamwork now than I think Pesci, Glamy, and Murph had before. Because I feel like they didn't communicate enough before. That was one of the biggest errors I think of the previous Cash Cast. They never really talked to each other, so they didn't really
put that on me.
No, I think it was on all of you. I think it was on all of you. But that again, that's not the point. She didn't leave for either of those reasons. She didn't leave for the previous Cash. She didn't leave for this version of Cash. She left for other reasons. Unknown.
You know what I mean? One of my strengths is being the fall guy in certain situations.
In what?
I'm saying in any situation. Like I've been told before, I've taken the blame many times for people in my past, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
With, taking the lump sum of the energy. Like, for instance, I was in a car once, and we had a bunch of fireworks, and they were illegal. Now, the guy driving was the guy who I was kind of like working for at the time, making money for. When we got pulled over to make sure he would stay out of jail, I took the blame for the fireworks.
Wow.
Fireworks were a serious thing when I was growing up, and if you were pushing them on the border of states, they would fucking clamp down on you.
Why
we got pulled over and it was late. We were leaving an amusement park and we had a shitload of fireworks on us. I told the guy driving, let me take the blame.
What, it's like you're smuggling drugs, but they're just fireworks. What the fuck? So fireworks are banned in a lot of states?
Fireworks is explosives.
I get that. I get that, but
it's not a slap on the wrist.
Okay, that's interesting. But no, I'm just going to...
I'll tell you that tale one day.
I'm just going to take it in stride. All right, Julian, that's interesting. I don't think... I'm pretty sure the way things are looking right now, I don't think anyone's going to be running it tomorrow. I don't know. Hard to say what's going on right now. Especially while being on the spot, like on the show. But like, we were just going to do like a goodbye Glamy stream and that was it. Because like, we're not going to cry about it. Like, she's doing what she wants to do. We can't stop her. That's funny. Am I doing? Oh, AI Glamy would be funny. That'd be a funny episode. Doing it with AI Glamy, like we have a fucking AI video Glamy the whole time up for the whole 2 hours. That'd be a lot of generation where and then I react to everything the fucking she does on the stream, and we do that AI Glamy corner. Oh my god, that would be fucking incredible. To be fair, but that's a lot of work. That would take multiple days to get that perfect. Multiple days. That would be so fucking funny though. That would be so good.
Wait, someone says, I don't know what this means. See Pesci do it and then face the consequences. Keem isn't going to care if the purpose is to show Glamy?
I have no idea what's going on with that. I don't know what that means. Yeah. I think it's more of a fuck you to wanting the cast to change.
I don't think it's a fuck you.
I don't know.
I think she thinks she needed to go get her mental shit together.
Yeah, that is what it is for a fact. Because that's what she was saying before we even started with us three on the show. That she was going to quit because she felt sick. She felt sick and she's going to quit. And she
the
can't
night
take
she
this
was
and
hypnotized, she said she was going to quit.
She said what?
Whatever they called it. I shouldn't say she was hypnotized. The night she had calligraphy on her face and looked like she was reading Braille. Night.
The member stream. The member stream?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was a whole different person the next morning from that.
Yes. It was a lot to bring her back after that weekend stream because she was going to quit then too. Her and Dave were talking it out and having issues after that weekend stream, and she was about ready to go. I don't even know how she convinced Dave in the end to stay because I thought that was it. I thought that was genuinely it after that. But no, she managed to keep going, and then when the cast eventually changed, there was another time she broke down beforehand and was going to quit again right before a show, our first show on Monday that we did together. Right before then, she was going to quit too, and that's really all there is. Yeah, so I think it's more of a personal thing to her as to why she's quitting, and that's all I can really say. You guys should make apology cards for her with crayons. True, I've never used crayons. Maybe I did when I was a kid, but not recently. Not recently.
Evil Jim Crick said Pesci should have consulted with me before he consulted with Josh. Probably.
Yeah. Interesting. Evil Jim Crick. What would Evil Jim Crick do in this instance? An evil Jim Crick.
Keep his composure. It's all about composure now.
I mean, I'm not worried about anything really, because like, what's there to worry about? I just feel like she left and she's gone. If she took a call from someone, I'm sure.
I'm a happy guy. Like I said, I always tell people up there, it takes a lot to fucking get me fucking rattled and all that.
Yeah. Well,
I'll live with what happens.
One last time. We'll play the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you going to play the song last time? This is the final.
Probably the final time this song will play. I don't know. I imagine so. I could be wrong, but I'll play it out. Are you ready? Want to say goodbye?
Shout out to Jumanji.
That's it?
Shout out to Jumanji. Be well and Godspeed, Spider-Man.
Hell yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for this TED Talk on Glamy leaving. Goodbye.
What? It said no sound?
Oh, my mic muted. Fuck. Sorry, guys. I was trying to put in the redirect. My bad. Let me. Sorry, guys. I was trying to put the fucking redirect in. I remember I didn't put the redirect in, but I've got the redirect in now. Sorry, guys. That was my fuck up. I was just trying to chuck that in real quick, and then so we can end right now. Sorry, guys. All right. Enjoy cafe.